The U.S. government has warned of possible terror attacks in South Africa. The U.S. Embassy in Pretoria says it has received information that extremists may be targeting American interests in the country. The targets include U.S. government facilities and businesses operating in South Africa. The embassy said Americans in the country need to take the necessary security precautions. It is understood that embassy staff are working closely with the South African authorities regarding the alert. Joining us on the line to analyze the warning is Martin Ewi from the Institute of Security Studies. Thanks for joining us. How serious should we take this warning?
Well, it's a terrorist warning. It means that there has been some information about a potential attack. The challenge, however, which is the challenge posed by such warning, is that it is never precise. You don't know where this is going to take place. You don't know who exactly is planning this attack and when the attack will occur, in order to give hint to security forces. But in any case, this was a cautious warning to U.S. citizens in South Africa. It wasn't really some sort of a red flag, to say that don't travel to South Africa, when in South Africa, remain indoors. That will be the gravest of the warning that the embassy could issue. This one was rather more of U.S. citizens to be cautious of their security environment, to take certain security measures, knowing where they are, who is around them, what kind of activity, the kind of environment that they find themselves, so that they can avoid any potential attacks on them. But I will also say that any attack on the U.S. interest in South Africa will also mean an attack on South Africa. Of course, the attack will be occurring on South African soil, and I would think that this will be a warning that not only the U.S. embassy or U.S. citizens should take it seriously, but that the South African government could also benefit from this warning to beef up security in the country.
Martin, speaking of beefing up security, does the country have the capacity to deal with such an attack?
Well, it depends on the level of attack, which, as I said, we don't know yet. Of course, if we know what kind of attack South Africa, of course, can really prevent such an attack. But if the information is not precise, and if we don't know exactly where this attack is coming from, very few countries in the world, even the most civilized countries, have been able to prevent such attacks, even when they have the right of information. We can recall that even the 9/11 attack, the attack on the United States on September 11, 2001, were also attacked that there were some warnings, there were some intelligence warning, but of course, once the warnings do not have precise information in terms of where the attack will occur, who is going to carry out the attack, and the kind of attacks itself, it makes it very difficult for any government to prevent. But what this calls on each and every government, particularly the one that is targeted, is the need to beef up information, particularly on critical areas, such as malls, such as stadiums, such as places where people are likely to gather in big numbers, so that they can protect these areas and then carry out intelligence kind of gathering. Gathering intelligence to really understand who is participating in what kind of activity and what role they are really doing. I think that's all that the government can do at this stage. But other than that, it's very difficult.
We'll have to leave it there, Martin. Thanks for joining us. That was Martin Ewi from the Institute of Security Studies.